The morning after the storm, Elian woke with his clothes damp from dew and the ache of forgotten strength in his bones. The stone's glow had vanished, but something in him had been lit. He stared into the woods, the same woods he had only ever watched from afar. But now something pulled at him. Not a voice, not a sound, but a whisper just behind his thoughts. It said, "Come." For the first time in years, Elian crossed the threshold where the village dared not go. The trees swallowed the light. Roots rose like sleeping serpents. Moss clung to his boots. Every step deeper into the forest felt like a step back into something ancient. He walked for what felt like hours, or maybe minutes. Time twisted beneath the boughs. Then he saw it. A stone arch carved with symbols, half buried in vines, and in its center a wooden door. A door in the middle of the forest. No walls, no structure, just a door, waiting. Elian stepped closer. His hand reached for the handle. It burned cold, like metal left in moonlight. He opened it, and beyond it wasn't another place. It was a memory. He saw a younger version of himself, cloaked in silver, standing with others who wore the mark of the guardians. They were not warriors of pride, but watchers of balance, protectors of thresholds between worlds. He heard a voice, a woman's voice, strong, kind, familiar. "Elian," she said, "if the fire within you ever dies, the world will fall." The vision shattered. Elian stumbled back, sweat on his brow, breath shallow. He was no longer afraid, but he was no longer lost either. There had been others, and he had once mattered, deeply. But then came the sound of a twig snapping behind him. He turned. A child stood a few feet away, barefoot, pale hair, eyes too old for her small face. She stared at him, not with fear but knowing. "You found the door," she said. "That means it's starting again." Elian asked her name. She didn't answer. She only said, "You don't have much time. The hollow is waking. The village is blind. And you have to remember everything." Then she pointed to a tree, split down the middle. Inside, something shimmered. A small stone, glowing faintly, just like the one from the night before. But this one pulsed, like a heartbeat. When Elian touched it, he didn't see a memory. He felt power, not the kind from muscles or weapons, the kind that binds oaths, that seals portals, that awakens guardians. And then, the whispers stopped. The forest fell quiet. The child was gone. Elian returned to Greybrook. He walked with a steadier stride. Villagers noticed, though none said a word. But that night, strange things happened. Dogs howled without cause. Wells bubbled with warmth. And children across the village cried out in their sleep. The fire is coming. The past was waking. And Elian was no longer simply a man without purpose. He was a guardian reborn. But forces darker than memory were stirring. And the village of Greybrook would soon need a hero, even if it still refused to believe in him.